feeling so much better. She's feeling so much better. She's now in a good condition. Dad, except for these headaches once in a while. Except she is feeling healthy, she is feeling better now, except for such for uh, except for headaches sometimes. She's even taking on a little weight. She is putting on some weight. She broke off and stopped walking, and her hands was steady on his arms. Tell me, she said quietly. The look was back in his eyes again, but this time Minta scarcely noticed it. She was aware only of his words, the dreadful, echoing finality of his words. But this time Minta scarcely noticed it. She didn't notice it. She was aware only of his words. She was listening to her words in an echoing form. Her mother was going to die. To die. Her mother. To die, the doctor said. So these words were echoing to her. 3 months, perhaps less. 3 or less than 3 months. Her mother, who was gay and scattered-brained and more fun than anyone else in the world. Her mother, who was gay, who was happy, scattered brains means she was carefree and more fun than everyone else in the world. Her mother, who could be counted on to announce in the spring that she was going to do her Christmas shopping early this year and then left everything until the week before Christmas. So her mother was that kind of a lady who is very happy, jolly, and carefree about the things that she announces for going to get shopping for Christmas, but she didn't complete her shopping until the before a few weeks of Christmas. She was so pretty and caring. She always had time for things like listening to and helping paste pictures in Minta's scrapbook. So she has time to spend with her daughter. She was not ever sick. She was never ever that kind of sick, except for the headaches and the operation last year, which she had laughingly dismissed as a rest cure. So she was not that kind of person to sick forever, but except few headaches and last year operation. So that time she spent this time the time of operation, she spent that time with a joy. She spent it time for rest cure. I should not have told you. Her father was speaking in a voice that Minta had never heard from him before. A voice that held loneliness and fear and a sort of anger pain. So his father talked to him. She never listened that kind of tone before. So there was in his voice, there was loneliness, fear, and sort of angry pain. I was afraid I could not make you understand why you had to stay home. So I have no other option except to tell you about your mother's health to keep you to stay at home. Why would you have to forget about Maryhill for this year? So there was no reason except to tell you about your mother's health, that why you should not to go to Maryhill. Maryhill is the name of institution. His eyes begged her to forgive him. His eyes, the father's eyes, were looking that the eyes of father was begging to her daughter to forgiving him. For some reason she wanted to put her arms around him. So seeing this condition of his father, she wants to put her arms around him as if she were much older and stronger. So she wants to put her arms around her father to show him that she is much older and stronger than him. Of course you had to tell me, she said steadily. Of course I had to know. And then 3 months, but Dad, that's Christmas. He took her hand and tucked it under his arm and they started walking again. So he took her hand. The father took her daughter's hand and tucked it under his arm and placed it under his arm and they started walking again. It was like walking through a nightmare's frightening dream. The steady squish, squish of the wet sand and the little hollows their feet made filling up almost as soon as they passed. The little hollows means the cavity or the digging place which is made by their feet. He talked quietly, explaining, telling her everything the doctor had said, and Minta listened without comment. So, her father was explaining about her mother's health, each and everything which the doctor said to him, and Minta was listening carefully without tears and without any comment, without saying anything. She watched his face as though it were the face of a stranger. She thought about 1,000 unrelated things. She remembered all the times they had gone swimming this past summer. So she remembered the last year swimming in the summer. Minta and her father loved to swim, but her mother had preferred to curl up on the beach blanket and watch them. So Minta and her father loved to swim, and the mother just loved to lay on the beach and watch them. You have the disposition of Siamese cat. Disposition means trait, nature, adat of Siamese. Siamese is a breed of a cat. Siamese is a special breed of the cat. So you have the disposition of Siamese cat. Minta had accused her mother laughingly. Accused means blaming, said. Minta was blaming her mother laughingly, that you are just like a Siamese cat. A cushion by the fire in the winter and a cushion in the sun in the summer. So, what is the nature of the Siamese cat? Siamese cat used to sit in the winter along with the fire, and in the Siamese cat just want to used to stay relaxed. And a bowl cream nearby. Her mother had agreed instantly, so she agreed immediately. She was always good natured about their teasing. So her mother is always spotting when somebody tease him or somebody say something in laughing. It was like coming back from a long journey when her father stopped talking and they turned back to the car. So that's why I can't let you go away midged. Her father's voice was very low and he did not seem to realize that he had called her by childish babyish name. So Midge was her babyish name. So we will continue with this lesson in the further videos. Now coming to activity, make at least 10 MCQs from lesson. Thank you.